Fox 4 News at 10.
Earlier tonight, we told you about 4 boaters who were stranded just south of the Sanibel Lighthouse with no gas and no way to call for help. And you might be wondering to yourself, what do I do in that situation, or how do I avoid that altogether? 4 in Your Corner's Karis Belger speaking with a local boat captain about how you can make sure that you're extra safe out on the water. Karis?
Amy, we're showing you this footage right here of the boaters earlier because you might be wondering, what do you do if you're on a boat that runs out of fuel, even if you can't call someone? The captain I spoke with says that there are some really easy ways to get out of that water safely no matter what happens.
Out on the water, no fuel, and no way to get help. That's what happened to 4 boaters who went out cruising Thursday night. The Coast Guard searched in the wee hours of the morning, not finding them until around 7:30 this morning.
When things really go bad, you know, it is important to have that backup plan. It's important to have redundancy.
Captain Quincy Eagle of Seatow says it's important to have a backup plan. When you're out on the water, anything can happen. He says you can get out of almost any boating emergency if you're prepared. A life vest is essential, so is a marine signal kit.
So if you find yourself in a situation where you're sinking and you need to signal another vessel, then you have the opportunity to do so.
You should also make sure you have a radio. And then there's this.
It's a personal location beacon, and it communicates with the satellite's radio signal, and it will alert the Coast Guard to your exact location.
But the best way to avoid having to make those emergency calls is to make sure your boat is fueled up before you go in the water.
If you fill your tank, chances are you will never have a problem running out of fuel.
Now there's one more way to stay safe. It's filing a float plan with the Coast Guard. You just let them know where you're going, when you expect to be back on shore, and if you don't show up, they'll come looking for you. Live in the studio, Karis Belger, Fox 4 in Your Corner.
All right, thank you, Karis. If you need help after Hurricane Irma, time is running out for you to register with FEMA to get that help. The deadline is